Black attack.
Black girl. My movie can't come out now.
Oh, so is he serious?
Hello, and welcome to the Nerdery. My name is Steve, and I thought it'd just be fun to open up some trading card packs. These are trading cards that are from the 90s that I've never really seen much of myself. I was big into these cards when I was a kid, and I would say around 94, 95 is when I stopped collecting them. And most of these are from 1996 and these are from 1998. So I've never really seen them in person. They're not the most popular sets, that's for sure. You can get them pretty cheap on eBay. But, once they're gone, they're gone. So I thought, why not check these out and see what I can get? And, that way I can see them, like I said, before they're gone. One thing to note is that I have started grading cards as well. I've graded about 50 or so comic book cards so far. Unfortunately, though, the best scores I've gotten are 9s. These are just a couple of the ones I've gotten 9s in. But I've got like another 50 cards or so at PSA right now. So hopefully my luck is going to change with what's over there now, which is a bunch of Marvel masterpieces from 1992 and a bunch of X-Men cards from 92, 93, 94. So we'll see, but until then, let's get started on opening these. This is first one here is from the 1996 Fleer X-Men. From what I understand, they're chromium. They didn't have a whole lot of inserts. I think just alternate X, which averaged one out of every 2 packs, and hollow flashes, which was 1 out of every 6 packs. I've got 14 packs here, so let's get started. Obviously, what I'm looking for is main characters, maybe to grade and try to sell on my eBay. But really, I'm just hoping that none of these cards are bricks. If you don't know what bricking is, over time, these cards can get stuck to each other, and they might get damaged when you're trying to separate them. Starting it off with Gambit. A Department H card. I'm not really sure what that is. Let's take a look. I don't know if this is a... No, it's not an insert because it's 83 on the back. All right, so this is our alternate X card, I believe. Holocaust from Age of Apocalypse. Got Mojo. Got Apocalypse. Sugar Man, also from Age of Apocalypse. But again, I just don't know if this... No, I don't think that's an insert. And this is just an entry to win the world's most valuable card. Something tells me it's not... eligible anymore. At least they're not stuck together. Not chromium either, so these are just regular cards. All the damage, we're getting them out. Alright. Got White Queen, Juggernaut, Skin, this must be some sort of variant. Oops, rogue card. Haunted Mansion. I don't even know what this would be about. Looks like all this art was done by Adam Kubert. Or maybe Joe Kubert. The Kuberts themselves. But I don't know. Spine. Strong guy. Yeah, we're starting off with the cheapest cards right now. As we go along the line here, you get to the more valuable ones, the ones with more chance to find something really rare. Overall, I am digging the art a little bit, but I can see why these might not be as treasured as others. Deadbolt, the Dark Riders. If I remember correctly, the Dark Riders, I think were led by Genesis. Chamber of Generation X. There's a Wolverine card. Always good to have those. Husk, Apocalypse, and Sauron. That pack was a little bent, but nothing spending some time in a sleeve won't fix, hopefully. Fatal Attractions. Of course, when Magneto pulled out Wolverine's Adamantium. Mondo. Wolverine Timeline. Oh yeah, I remember that issue. Happened right before the Age of Apocalypse. A fight between Wolverine and Sabretooth. Gauntlet. Another Apocalypse and another Sauron. I think we got 3 Apocalypses so far. But yeah, this set was cheap, as you can see on the front, 2 for $1. So they didn't really like go hard on inserts or anything crazy, and you can understand why. I mean, allows people who didn't have a lot of money to possibly get some cards and get in on the fun. I would say it was in '96 that the trading card bubble burst. So if they lost money on it, hopefully it wasn't too much. Bloodscream and my favorite X-Men, Banshee. Put these over there. But yeah, this is what I have the most packs on in this video. Again, because they were just super cheap. Mondo again. Nightcrawler. Again. That one. Gauntlet again. Sauron again. And Shadowcat. Generation X was only a couple years old, so Marvel was still trying to really push it. It was just the latest offshoot of the X-Men. You had 2 X-Men main books, X-Factor, Excalibur, X-Force, and then Generation X. Haunted Mansion Professor X. Professor X as the Wizard of X. It's an interesting idea. I don't really know what the story is behind it, if they were just having some fun. Sentinels, Orphan Maker, Haunted Mansion Gambit, Strong Guy, and Raza of the Starjammers. Space Pirate. Alright, let's see what we get. Haunted Mansion Wolverine. I might get a whole Haunted Mansion set on accident. Lilandra, Bishop, Skin, Broken Claws Wolverine, Cyber, very tiny head on a very big body. If you've got adamantium covered arms, I don't think you need to work out like that, Cyber. Cannonball. Cannonball was around that time that this was his X-Force costume, but it was around this time in the comics when he had been sort of graduated to the X-Men. I was never a big fan of Cannonball, so I didn't really care when that happened. But Forge, Archangel, Holocaust again, Wolverine again, Sabretooth, says X-Factor, because at the time, Apocalypse again. Plenty of Apocalypses. But it was around that time, after that fight with Wolverine, that he was sort of moved over to the X-Factor book. Because Wolverine had pierced Sabretooth's brain, and then afterwards Sabretooth pretended to be like mentally damaged from it. Who knows if he was or how long he was, but he used that as an excuse to escape. Eventually he was captured again, and both Mystique and Sabretooth were put in Forge's custody over in the X-Factor book. You know, I pronounce his name as Sync because his powers is to kind of like sync up with whoever's nearby. He's in Generation X, Phalanx Covenant on the back there. That's the storyline that introduced Generation X. And probably the first major X-Men crossover event that I read as a child. And I loved it. A lot of people pronounce that as Cinch, though. But again, I always read it as Sync. Haunted Mansion Storm. Yeah, these are just the regular packs, not the Chromium. So we got Forge, Professor X, Haunted Mansion again, Blob, Haunted Mansion Cyclops. Are you kidding me? Why? That would probably be the most frightening thing in the Haunted Mansion. Spine, Strong Guy. I was never a big fan of Guido, however you pronounce that. I mean, I love the X Factor book, but I just couldn't get behind Strong Guy, except for the Age of Apocalypse, which I thought his character was kind of interesting at the very least. Archangel, Shadowcat, Husk. Wow, Warpath is the only one we hadn't seen in that whole pack. But when you've got 14 packs, you're going to see a lot of doubles, especially on a series like this. When I'm done grading cards and trying to sell them on eBay, that's when I'll start collecting from my own collection. And I will be collecting Banshee as my main character for comic book characters I want to collect. It says Alter Beast. It's actually Dark Beast from the Age of Apocalypse. Nightcrawler, Storm, of course, Apocalypse. Only the strong survive Apocalypse. You know, in the most recent metal sets, both X-Men and Spider-Man, Apocalypse was nowhere to be seen. I still don't know why. I have a Deadpool card. I didn't even know he was in this, but that might be something worth grading. I don't know. The condition here at the top of it, I don't know if you can see it. It looks like there might be a little chipping, but I don't know. I'll take another look at that. But Deadpool is one of the more popular cards for people to collect. So why don't I, as the only one I will do this with right now, I might take the Wolverines out later and inspect them and see if they're worth grading. But this might be the only one right now that I sleeve up and protect. Like I said, I'm not entirely certain. I wish I had gotten another Deadpool, one without chipping, if there is chipping at the top or if I'm just seeing things. All right, so that was 1996 X-Men. A huge step down from, the 94, 95 Fleer Ultras. All right, so next up we have Marvel Vision, another one that was not very popular. These are embossed, where they're sort of slightly raised up. I know that much. And I know that they're based on the actual TV cartoons. You see Wolverine coming out of the TV with the remote there. So you got X-Men, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, and Iron Man. And again, based on the 90s cartoons. So that might be why they're not as popular. You see it's got, it does have some chase cards in this one. Looking at what I've got written down here, not much though. There's a chance for an Encryptalizer, and there's a chance for temporary tattoos, one in every 3 packs. So if it's a good character like a Wolverine or something, it might be worth getting graded. So you got, Wolverines, Spider-Mans, Venoms. Those are ones that might be worth getting graded. And I can't even open this pack. I'm failing. So let's try to sneak it in the bottom here. Okay. First card is Ultimo from Iron Man. Don't even know who that is. Sorry, Ultimo. You got Iron Man versus Backlash. Backgrounds are very generic, so I can kind of see why they're not too popular. But I don't know if you can tell how they are embossed. Slightly raised up. Galactus, of course, always good to see a Galactus. Iron Man in Hydro armor. Looks like we got a temporary tattoo of, looks like War Machine. I don't know if it's supposed to be Iron Man in black and white. We have the X-Men mini magazine. One in every pack. Not that interesting. Gambit and Bishop. Very cool. Magneto, very nice. And Colossus, very nice. Some people do collect Magnetos. Some people do collect Colossus. You know, it just depends on who your favorite character is. Like I said, mine's going to be Banshee. So, in a year's time or so, when I decide to start creating my own collection, it could be not that expensive for me to create a nice little collection of Banshee cards, grade them, display them somewhere. Havoc, I'm surprised he's getting his own card here, considering he was only in like a couple episodes of the cartoon. Thing in Galactus, Daredevil, Medusa, Fantastic Four, Mini Magazine, Kingpin, Venom, Spider-Man, and Mysterio. But I'll go ahead and sleeve up this Venom, because like I said, a lot of Venom collectors out there. Does seem to be in really good shape, so that's good. Not a whole lot of gloss on these cards, so the dreaded bricking isn't happening on these ones. But as long as these cards are kept in, climate control, not too hot, not too cold, the chances of them getting bricked are not so great, so that's good. Claw, Beetle, Spider-Man mini magazine, Chameleon, Peter Parker gets his own card, Spider-Man versus Venom. These cards have held up really well, I gotta say, in terms of not being in bad shape at all. They look brand new as they were on the shelf in 1996. Almost 20 years ago. In 1996, I think I might have been in middle school or so that's why I kind of fell out. Thing versus Hulk, Daredevil for the Fantastic Four cartoon. I didn't really watch the Fantastic Four cartoon, but I remember Fantastic Four and Iron Man were part of some sort of Marvel Super Hour or something like that. So, and they didn't run for very long. Not too popular. I absolutely love and still love the X-Men cartoon more than anything else. Spider-Man was okay to me. MODOK, Century. Oops, another temporary tattoo. This one of Storm. White Queen, Hobgoblin, and Cyclops. So, out of 6 packs there, no Wolverines, no Spider-Man. So that is unfortunate. But, like I said, I'm not really doing this for the money. If I get some money, cool. But in the meantime, I just like seeing these. Vision was definitely better than the X-Men 96. So I will say that. All right, next up is the Amalgam cards. Of course, during the 1995 DC versus Marvel, I believe it was after issue 3. It's when the universes combined. You see here on the top of the pack is Dark Claw, the combination of Wolverine and Batman. And let's see. So I've got 3 packs here, or 4. I'm sorry. 1 out of every 5 is a Power Blast card. 1 out of every 5 pack is a Canvas card, and then 1 out of every 12 pack is a Hollow Picks card. So It's not a guarantee, but my odds are decent for at least one chase card in this. And this is the moment of truth to see if they're going to be bricked or not. Nope, no brick. Black bat. Jeez. A lot of these combinations were created for the card series, so I would assume a combination of Black Canary and Black Cat. Speed Demon, a combination of Flash and Ghost Rider. A little bit of stuck. Ooh, and there's a Dark Claw. I will definitely send this in for grading. People love Dark Claw. Well, people love Wolverine and Batman. Not so much Dark Claw, but the bottom of it's kind of neat. Like, there's like a little bit of flash on the nameplate. This is Dark Claw versus Hyena, so this must be like one of those ones where Hyena will be the other card here, so the two of them create a picture. But let's get back to it. We got Sleuth Comics number 27. Well, this is a Power Blast. That's cool. And now I can see it, yeah. So in the very first pack, I managed to pull one of the inserts, which is this Power Blast, where the background is kind of lit up, not unlike kind of like a PMG would be on a Marvel or any kind of Metal or Fleer Ultra from recent years. Yeah, very cool. Lots of luck with this one. And Spider-Boy. Everyone knows Spider-Man, so Hydra. Just Hydra. And this is another one of the verses. I can tell now. Versus Bizarnage, which I'm guessing Bizarro and Carnage. But yeah, let's leave that one up too. Even if it's a versus card, it just says Spider-Boy and it just says Dark Claw, so collectors of Spider-Man might be interested. Might be worth getting graded. Of course, you got to look at the condition of the card before you even send it in, so you don't waste your time. Alright, pack number 2, we got King Lizard. Boy, obviously the Lizard, but I wouldn't have a clue who from DC he's combined with. There's Bizarnage and just a solo card. Secrets, the once and future menace. Don't know. These are definitely a little bit stuck together, but nothing damaging. Yeah, no clue. Ultra Metallo. It's got a Nazi symbol on him, so I'm guessing Red Skull in Metallo. A little disturbing. Madam Cat. Viper and Catwoman? Or no, Madam Hydra and Catwoman. Bruce Wayne, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Weird. And Cobalt. Oh, jeez. The Atom and I don't have a clue. I don't even think that's Atom. I don't know. In terms of the Amalgam comics, I remember being a big X-Men fan. I did pick up the Amazon book, which was the merging of Wonder Woman and Storm. I did pick up JLX. I think that might have been it that I picked up. I don't remember if I picked up the Dark Claw book. Death of Bruce Wayne's parents. Man, poor kid Bruce Wayne. Even in the Amalgam universe, he can't escape this. Bizarnage again. Wow, that's kind of unlucky to get a double out of only 4 packs. Jocasta looks like a combination Sentinel, Jocasta, and something else. Ultra Metal again. Doctor Strange Fate, which was a trick. They made it seem like Doctor Strange and Doctor Fate had merged. And at the end of Doctor Strange Fate issue number 1, he took off his helmet to reveal Professor X in disguise. Weapons X. So that would be Sabretooth and the Joker as Hyena, and Wolverine and Batman. Might as well sleeve that one up too. You never know. See if anyone is interested in that and then get it graded. Again, everyone loves Wolverine and everyone loves Batman, so you never know. And the last one from the Amalgam cards that I've got. Didn't pick up any canvas, didn't pick up any... Well, I did pick up that hollow glass, so that's cool. The canvas would have been cool. Alright, last one. America's Guardian Angel. Oh, these are really stuck together. But I did pick up a Hollow Pix. Wow. Luckily, that one's not stuck to anything. Looks like Magneto and Dr. Polaris, possibly. Wow, it looks beautiful. Hard to see in the light here, but... Just called Magneto on the back. That is a hit, as they would say. Alright, let's get back to this pack that was a little bit stuck together at the front of it, which is why that one had come apart. There's the regular Spider-Boy, so we will sleeve that up as well. Strange choice to merge and to fight each other. Why would Superboy and Spider-Man be matched up against each other? I have no idea. Bismuth, Doctor Strange Fate's aides. Seeing Sparks. Looks like Sparrow and Darkclaw there. And a Bruce Wayne fighting somebody versus Nuke. Maybe it's a Bruce Wayne and Nick Fury merging? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, we definitely got some hits out of there. Wish I got a base Darkclaw, but we did get that. So the Power Blast there, that's really cool. Of course, that is a surprise. I had 1 out of 12 chance on that one, so I may not have gotten a canvas, but I did get that. Okay, so we got Marvel versus Wildstorm next. I did not even know that these two companies had any kind of crossover. Not aware of any comic book crossover that they happened, but obviously these trading cards happened. I believe in 1996 is when Wildstorm became part of DC. So this must have been one of the last things they did as an independent sort of company. I believe Wildstorm was part of Image as its own like separate studio. And then they sold themselves to DC. But anyways, says Chase here is a Clear Chrome, 1 out of every 6 packs. And an Overpower card, 1 out of every 6 packs. I've got 4, so more than a 50% chance. I'm definitely curious to see the art in this, because I don't think I've seen anything regarding this series. We've got Daredevil versus somebody. Not to be cruel, it's just I am not too familiar with Wildstorm characters. Artemis. Sentinels, or Cyclops teaming up with somebody to take on Sentinels, I guess. Daily Bugle Robot Terror. Just says 8. I wonder if this was another subset. Here we have Overpower. Whoa. Well, I know not Urban. That's almost like a Hollow Flash. Oh, Overpower was a Marvel card game back in the 90s. but it's got some sheen to it. No clue who Winona Earp is. Storm here. Another Daily Bugle on the back. Loki fighting somebody. Minotaur. The art is beautiful. I don't really like that they don't have any kind of nameplates on the front of it, but you see the art in full. Reminds me of the old comic images from the early 90s of the X-Men and X-Force and all that, where it's just the art on the front and that's it. Dr. Octopus fighting somebody. Who knows who? Come to think of it, I don't even know who I might recognize from Wildstorm. Hexon. Little bit stuck together. Oh, I know Gen 13. Fairchild. Whoa. Chamber is looking some sort of variant here. Not a huge fan of the character myself, but we're going to sleeve that up because that might be a Power Blast or a Clear Chrome. I don't even know what, but it's definitely different than the others. Dr. Doom, dooming it up like Doom does. Kazan Gamora. No clue, buddy. Grifter. I know Grifter. Another Daily Bugle on the back. So it must be a subset of some type of that I was not aware of. All that. Beautiful cards, though. Really love the art. Of course, Image Comics, they don't skimp on the art. Jeez, Mondo, maybe? Yeah, that's Mondo. Versus card here. Oh, these cards are not the same size, or they're like really. I got one stuck on top of the other, and they're just not lined up. Yeah, that's what's happening. Okay, so a little bit bricked, a little bit stuck together, but no damage. All right. Bliss versus Human Torch. Gonna ignore that because holy crap, this is one beautiful Jean Grey card. Much, much cooler than that Chamber card. This is a beautiful card. I mean, I know Wildstorm not that popular, so this series probably didn't get a lot of attention from collectors at the time. And like I said, the trading card business was going a little bust at this time, but some beautiful art. They really gave it a go on this one. Green Goblin. Nick Fury and about to get jumped. I think Gen 13 and Grifter are the only ones I recognize. Oh, Zealot, of course. Zealot and Wolverine. We'll sleeve that up. If I can get it unstuck without any issues. Looks like I got a little damage there. I don't know if you can see it, but towards the bottom, up to the left of the Marvel Comics logo. So that's unfortunate, but still kind of a cool card to see. Looks like Lobo almost. Morbius versus Draken. It's Morbin time. So we got another overpower here. So that's good. Beat the odds on getting these subsets. Unfortunately, it's another no-name character, Brass. I guess when DC took over Wildstorm, shelved most of these characters. Spider-Man, Fairchild, and others I am not familiar with. And it's stuck together pretty good. Hopefully no damage. Oh, a little bit of damage there at the top. So not worth being graded, but still neat to look at. This is Spider-Man Gen 13 Part 2. No clue what's going on in this card. Voodoo versus Phoenix. Which one is supposed to be Phoenix? That one? What? Who is supposed to be Phoenix? Tell me. Is that supposed to be Jean? Yeah, the red hair and the telekinesis there, but what is she wearing? She's wearing a swimsuit, it looks like. Jean, come on. All right, just 2 more stacks here. Onslaught. Of course, I think Onslaught was the last major arc I read as a child, and I loved it. Don't get me wrong. It's just I kind of grew out of comics not too long after Onslaught. It wasn't until adulthood that I got back into comics. So the Onslaught set, of course, also came out in 1996, and it says here that they also had Overpower cards. They had Power Blast cards. Something a subset called Mirage. Both of those are 1 out of every 9 packs, and I've got 6 packs here. However, one thing to note is that they had autograph cards, and not just any autograph cards. They had Stan Lee, Jim Lee, and I believe Rob Liefeld. So obviously, highly unlikely I will find those. Those were only numbered to 100. Man, but what a hit that would be to get live. There's a lot about the Onslaught saga that I loved. I understand that, you know, a lot of people didn't really dig it, but especially with the whole Heroes Reborn thing. Scarlet Witch, Wolverine, Galactus, and Avengers Assemble. So I'm actually going to sleeve up a few in this pack because, you know, you got your Iron Man collectors. So I will possibly get that graded once I take a better look at it. You got people who collect Black Panther. I don't remember Black Panther having a huge part in the Onslaught saga. I just remember Gambit asking Black Panther, how does Dr. Doom know so much about them? Juggernaut thing, Scarlet Witch. But I will sleeve up the Wolverine we saw. Feral Wolverine. Might be a little chipping at the edge of that one, so it might not be worth grading, but I will take a closer look at these cards later. No autograph card in the first pack. But hey, no real bricking yet either. A little bit stuck together, but nothing to cry about. Psylocke. Psylocke has her collectors. Apocalypse again. Oh no, can't escape Apocalypse. Psylocke has her collectors. And that card is in really good shape. What's stuck together, maybe? Of course, Apocalypse had a big part of the Onslaught saga. He's more an observer of the whole thing, but still. Shard, Bishop's sister, who I believe lived on as a hologram or something like that. I remember her being in the X Factor team as a hologram. Another Wolverine card. So I will sleeve that one up as well. Same Avengers Assemble card. Giant Man. Hank Man, come on. What were you thinking with that outfit? Unlucky so far with the chase cards. Another Psylocke. Human Torch. The art is beautiful. Daredevil. Bastion, who was there just to set up the next major X event, which kind of went over like a wet fart. We have our first Overpower card, Post. It's just a regular Overpower card, not that interesting. Cannonball in his X-Men outfit. Namor. I actually had a conversation with someone on eBay who is a Namor collector. I have on my eBay store 1994 Marvel Masterpieces gold signature of Namor on sale. And they were asking me to ship it to Canada. I was like, sure. And then just never heard from them again. So sale was not made, but I guess they changed their minds. As I said, Psylocke has her collectors, so it might be worth getting graded. Bastion has turned out to be Nimrod. Not a huge surprise. I mean, he's got the Nimrod symbol on his chest. Nimrod was the sentinel from the future that followed Bishop. You don't want to come out. Nuclear Holocaust with Magneto on the front. Probably not very sensitive to have the word Holocaust with a survivor of the Holocaust. Yeah. What can you do? Hawkeye. Doctor Strange is stuck to somebody. See if I can't unstick him. Gateway. So not a big deal if that was damaged. The Aboriginal Teleporter. Domino. Not a bad card for Domino. Swordsman. Big part of the Onslaught saga, trust me. Just trust me on that one. Phoenix and Invisible Woman. One of her better outfits for Sue. One of her better looks. At least I thought so. Alrighty. Second to last pack here. Mr. Fantastic. Warpath looking hella strange. I can't ever recall Warpath looking like that. The Overpower card fell out. Dark Beast. I do like the Dark Beast character, but I am a huge fan of the Age of Apocalypse. So, Warpath, Siren, Bucky, Caliban, and Black Panther, a different Black Panther card. Onslaught Strike Files. Oh wait, he's stuck to somebody. That's not Spider-Man. Wow. And they weren't actually stuck, so I don't know. What is this Black Panther card? It's like another Black Panther in the set. Mostly both of them up. Black Panther collectors and Spider-Man collectors, and I probably won't have any trouble selling that Spider-Man if I can get it graded and get a decent grade on it, because I don't, eventually people who collect Spider-Man cards, they're going to run out of Spider-Mans, If you get the 1990 Marvel Universe, 1994, eventually you will run out and you will want to look to other sets. It's part of the addiction of collecting. Mr. Fantastic, Iceman, always cool. A World Without Heroes. You can thank Franklin Richards for that. Wow. That is, in our last pack, it is the Power Blast Overpower card. Unfortunately, it's a Franklin Richards, but what can you do? Still kind of cool looking. You got Onslaught's hand there. Franklin Richards was one of Onslaught's targets. Dark persona of Professor X. Assault on Onslaught Thor. What were you thinking with that outfit, buddy? Onslaught himself. Scarlet Witch. No canvas. Can't get no luck with no canvas. All right, and here is potentially the most important ones. I saved them for last for a reason. In 1998, you have the Marvel Creators Collection. Each package will have a sketch card. Not a sketch card as you know them now, which is a one-of-one card, but still neat. But they also have autograph cards, autograph sketch cards. They have Editor's Choice Chase cards, Gold Chase cards, Obviously, the autographs are 1 out of every 36 packs. The odds are not in my favor. I have a 1 in 9 chance of landing an autograph. And there's a lot of autographs because it was almost like an all-hands-on-deck. I had a ton of artists and authors, writers, I should say, autographing these cards. Dream pick would be Peter David. Wow, these do look nice. They are also a bit stuck together. Lots of gloss. You are super stuck, buddy. I don't want to damage you, but I have to try. And it looks like on the back is a Deadpool card. So please don't be damaged once I get to you, Deadpool. Wow. You guys are really stuck. So we got a sketchboard. I don't know if that Ringo means it's a autographed sketchboard card. Mike Ringo. I don't know, but holy cow if it is. That is an autographed Sabretooth sketchboard. Wow, that would be amazing. I would definitely have to follow up on that, but we got Alpha Flight. Sorry, Canada. You get Alpha Flight. Spectacular Spider-Man. I don't even know who that would be. Howard Mackey's got a... Oh, no, you're stuck with somebody else. Oh, man. Thinks that these would be the ones that most stuck together. Goodness. Late 90s X Factor. What can you do? Cable posing like he has to go to the bathroom, it looks like. And I don't even know who this is. Doesn't even say. Spider-Man character of some sort. You got Loki stuck to somebody. An X-Force card. Boomer. I hate when they call her Boom Boom. Siren. I don't know, is that Richter? I don't know. I don't remember him having green hair, but Warpath at the top there. The art is nice, but again, I just wish nameplates were mandatory for all trading cards. Ooh. Crack. I don't see any damage, though, so that's the lucky thing. We got Iceman on top of Deadpool. You guys are bonded in matrimony here. Holy cow. Right on top of each other stuck. Please, I would love to get this Deadpool card graded for some collector out there if I can get you loose. Iceman, what is your deal, man? Why? And that's the danger of getting these older cards is... Oh, crack. Oh, you are not a pretty Deadpool, and you are damaged as all heck trying to get you off. Oh, well. That is an autographed Sabretooth sketchboard. It's an all well on them these cards being stuck together, but you will more than make up for it, my good man. Jeez. Yellow Jacket, maybe? Why you got maybe Spectacular Spider-Man on in front of you, I don't know. Incredible Hulk. Looks almost like Ultron. Maybe it's not. It's a gold sketchboard, maybe? I don't know, because you can see the Doctor Strange here has also got the Ringo at the bottom, so Mike Ringo, it may not be autographed, but I don't know. I just don't know. Again, I will do an investigation. Mephisto. And I will sleeve up this Doctor Strange real quick. I know, like I said, it's not a traditional sketch card, but still neat. Kind of like the prototype for what sketch cards would become. Ooh. Black Tarantula? I don't even know. Agent Venom? Maybe? This guy's got Iron Man on the front of him, but I no clue. Guy with a gun. And a very damaged Iron Man. Guy with the gun really took it out on Tony. Jeez. Well, the back of each one's got like a little story. Has nothing to do with the front. So, while it's cool to get, maybe read them all and get opinions from the writers and artists from that time, but it doesn't help me know who is on the front there. And it's not like I'm a moron when it comes to characters. Another gold sketchboard here. So I'm guessing these are not autographed, because the odds of getting 2 Sketchagraphs cards out of 3 packs, that's just highly unlikely, I would say. Ooh, that cracking sound is not good. Loki, X-Force card again, and this guy again. Don't even know who you are, my man. Clearly supposed to be Havoc there, but I don't know what Havoc's going on there. Ouch. How do I get doubles? I only got 3 packs, and I somehow got several doubles. See? Here's Iceman. Are you stuck to Deadpool again, Iceman? Yeah, it looks like it is. My guy. Again. Damaged again. Wow. Deadpool and Iceman do not get along. I remember a few years back, X-Force went back to the Age of Apocalypse world. Age of Apocalypse Iceman froze Deadpool, shattered him. It's like, okay. I think Phantom X was like, all right, I'm out of here. Just bounced. So unfortunately, several ones from that collector's one were a bit bricked, were damaged. What can you do? Saving these sketchboards because, again, don't really know what's going on with them. What's the difference between a gold and a regular? Don't know, but I will find out. Got a couple hits on the Onslaught cards. Base cards for the most part, but ones that people might be interested in if I get them graded and they turn out well. We got the pretty looking Marvel vs. Wildstorm cards. And the Amalgam cards were pretty nice, and of course this was a good hit. And Vision, and the one I bothered sleeving up from 14 packs of the 96 X-Men. Alrighty. That is it. I hope you enjoyed checking out these cards. Most likely, the first time many of you have seen these cards. At least for me, it's definitely the first time seeing them in person, but I'm glad you could watch, and I'll see you next time. Oops.